Hello there guys, SSJHYPERION here, and today we're going to continue What If Deku Stayed Quirkless. Now, this is a collab series between me and Aden Hightower. All the odd numbered parts will be on his channel, for instance part 1, 3, 5, etc. So, if you missed part 1, go straight to his channel and go watch it. Trust me, you won't regret it. That way you can actually understand the story, and the link will also be in the cards and the comments, so you won't have to actually go and search up all of that. I'm making it easy for you guys. Now, for our first collab, why don't we try and hit 10 likes? That's all I'm asking you guys. Now, without further ado, let's start the intro. And I guess this could also be my 200 sub special. Huh. Everyone is staring at Deku in complete and utter shock. What kind of strength quirk does he have? Many of the pro heroes would be amazed. That makes another kid with promise. Dang, we got a good selection this year. Eventually, the participants of the entrance exams would be let out of the building, and everyone would begin to head home. Some, sure that they passed with these, and others, well, not so much. While walking through a crowd, we see Bakugou, who is actually overhearing some kids talking about Deku. Dude, you should have seen him. He literally trucked the rock straight through that 0-pointer. Nah, man, you're lying. I'm not. He's probably one of the strongest kids here, hands down. Bakugou, though, would become angered. How could that quirkless kid beat him again? Many people would actually start to move away from him, just feeling the heat of his rage. Bakugou completely loses it and begins to look for Deku, who would actually be talking to Uraraka at this time. Due to Deku having much more confidence, he's easily able to talk to her. Bakugou has already been defeated by Deku multiple times, which would have encouraged him to train much harder than his canon self, making himself much stronger. Now, to hear that after all this time, what he thought was hard work, aka just bullying other kids with quirks, amounted to nothing at all, Bakugou is pissed. Eventually, Bakugou would spot Deku and begin to follow him. Deku, after a while, would part ways with Uraraka, and Bakugou would see this as this perfect time that he can finally confront Deku and get all his emotions out. So, he's actually attempting to sneak up on Deku at this point. He'd continue to watch Deku, as Deku would actually turn into an apartment complex. Bakugou would basically screw the world. He just missed his chance to confront Deku. But soon enough, Deku would then exit the building with training gear. And Bakugou would basically calm down a bit and continue to watch Deku, and would be shocked to see the level of training Deku was actually doing. Deku, knowing that Bakugou was following him the whole time, call out to him. Bakugou would be shocked, but just hearing Deku's cocky voice would just anger him, and the anger would swell inside of him until he just bursts. With a burst, he heads straight for Deku, and Deku is actually barely able to dodge all of Bakugou's wild attacks. Deku would try and center himself, which would actually now allow him to read Bakugou's moves, and instantly Bakugou is on the back foot. A neighbor would call out to Deku, "Izuku, what's going on down there? Don't tell me you're punching the wall again." Immediately, the neighbor would swallow his words, as Bakugou would begin to look up at him, angrily. This millisecond, though, allows Deku to get a solid punch in. This sends Bakugou flying into a wall. Guys, I'm gonna pause right here and quickly thank Aden Hightower for the audio of this section. So he's doing Bakugou and I'm doing Deku.
You're quirkless! How did you beat me again?
It's simple, Bakugou. I wasn't born with talent. I had to forge my own. You were given everything and used it to bully others. I'm nothing like you. I work until I drop to the floor. All you did was take advantage of others, and that's why I beat you, you fool.
Screw you! you, Deku! I will train until I'm torn apart. You understand me? I'll show you what work is. I hated you since we met. You quirkless brat.
Though Bakugou wouldn't even realize it, Deku would attempt to give him some advice. You can train all you want, but you'll never beat me. So try and become better. Cause you'll always be beaten, no matter what. Not to mention, training isn't about killing yourself. It's self-betterment, not self-harm. By this point, all the neighbors would have heard them arguing, which led to many calling the police. The 911 operator would answer. 911, what's your emergency? One of the neighbors would answer. There are two kids attacking each other out there. Please stop them right away. Come as soon as possible. They're using their quirks. 911 caller, help us on the way. Sirens would go off in the distance, and police would eventually show up. Deku would easily just surrender before the cops even came, but Bakugou would use his explosions to scale the building. At this point, Inko, Deku's mom of course, would come out rushing. She knew that she wouldn't even be able to stop the boys, and would have just waited until the fight had ended. But due to the police arriving, she took her chance and went down to basically just see her son and basically comfort him. The police would begin to question Deku about who was fighting and if he didn't know that it was against the law to use their quirks without a license. The cops would be shocked to find out that Deku didn't even have a quirk, and would be questioning themselves as to how he even stood up to someone with a quirk then. The cops would just let it go, and then ask him for a description of the guy he was fighting. Deku would tell them that the kid had on some type of mask, and obviously had some anger issues, that he also had some type of fire quirk, completely just lying to the cops. We then cut back to Bakugou, who was never even caught. He would be filled with rage, and basically, when he got home, he'd just be destroying his room. Bakugou would basically shout out, "If only I trained harder, I would have beaten him. If I had never bullied him, then we could have been... stupid Deku! I'll show him who's the best!" The next day would arrive, with Bakugou going back to middle school along with Deku. But Bakugou wouldn't even look at him, neither would Deku at all. But at the end of the day, they'd be forced to. Their homeroom teacher would talk to them about a fight he heard about last night, and would confront them and tell them that he knew it was them. That if they continue down this road, they could never be heroes. This rivalry that they have to find another way to be rivals. The homeroom teacher would end up wishing them luck and send them off on their way. Days would pass and nothing exciting would really happen. But that would all change as Inko knocks on the door. "Izuku, you'll never guess what has arrived." Deku, Deku opens the door and looks down to see a letter with excitement. "Thanks, Mom." Deku walks back into his room and sits down. Inko closes the door and starts to walk down the hall. Deku then realizes what Inko had done and gets up in a rush. Deku calls out to his mother. "Mom, what are you doing? You aren't going to miss out this big moment, are you?" Inko would turn around. "Oh, I thought you would have wanted to be alone." Deku then looks confused. "Mom, are you kidding me? Don't you know you're my hero? It would kill me if you weren't with me every step of the way. You're the one who encouraged me and pushed me. Come on, sit down. Let's watch this thing together." Inko would burst out into tears before sitting down with her son and watching the video in amazement. And that's where we're going to leave off this part. Now, if you like this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And constantly check Aden's and my channel for updates to the series. Even if you want to go hop over to Discord, where updates will be much more reliable than just checking our channels every single day, where you can just go and get the schedule there, and you know when to go on to our channels and when our videos will be up. And that's pretty much all I would need to say to you guys. And before I go, I'm just gonna thank you guys for 200 subs. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for staying with me all this way. And you don't know how much this means to me. Alright guys, later. And have an amazing day.